This is my response to Eric at the Card Closet in regards to my collection. He posted a subscriber contest a couple weeks ago, but basically what you see here is my small collection of what I have from my childhood, and they're basically the 71, 74, and 73 set, and the middle gray binder there is basically a combination of football, basketball, and baseball cards that I collected when I was a 10-year-old back in 71. And below that I got a little box with the football and basketball cards. So give me a second and I'll get into those. The cards here I'm showing are cards that I kept from when I was a kid. These are my 71 binder set, and still got a ways to go. I just started getting back into collecting about 6 months ago. But as you can see, I kept quite a few of them from when I was a kid. I got some that are in a little better shape than others, obviously. It's a difficult set to keep from having the edges chipped, things of that nature. But and then there's, you know, some good stars in here. The Nolan Ryan, Thurman Munson, Bert Blyleven, things like that. But anyways, as you can see, as I get further back here is where I'm missing a lot. It's the high number cards where I'm slowly working on it and getting those cards, but you know, I hope to complete this set within this next year, as that's one of my goals. And this set here is the 73 set, and these are not in too bad a condition. I collected a lot more in 73 for some reason, not sure why, but I do have quite a few of these, not missing too many to completing the set. But hopefully, again, this is another goal of mine for this coming year, is to complete these 70 sets that I have started. This one here is in pretty good condition as far as the centering. I got the Schmidt rookie in here as well. It's in a top loader. But I have quite a few of these. I'm not missing too many of them. So I'm hoping to finish that set as well this year. And this is the other set I'm working on, the 74 set. And don't quite have all these like I did the 73 set. I was kind of getting out of collecting, I guess, for some reason, but you can see there's a lot of blanks in here to fill. But it's kind of like my 71 set. I've got quite a few that I'm missing, but the cards themselves are in pretty good condition. But for some reason I just didn't collect these, but I looking to collect and fill up this set hopefully in the next year or two. It's going to take a while to do this one, but whenever I'm out at the antique malls and card shops, so I'll always pick a few up here and there. Now this binder here I had from when I was a kid is basically a hodgepodge of different stars that I followed and watched back in the 70s, starting with these 71 football cards, some of the stars of the day, Unitas, Joe Green, Bradshaw, Simpson, and then I got further on into the 72 cards as well. You got Bonaconte there, Nick Bonaconte, Charlie Sanders, Juan Stenerud, some different football players that I enjoyed watching, Larry Zonka. And these cards I'm looking to put in a set. I have the rest of them in a box, but I'm looking to possibly complete this set as I move forward. And then I got these, I believe these are the 74s if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and those are some other big names, you know, Namath and Unitas. You got Gale Sayers and Tarkingtons. And then onto this set here, which I have quite a few of these cards as well in a box. So I'm looking to complete that set one day. But this basically was a card set that I put together of different stars that I followed, and then I got into the baseball collecting. There is no rhyme or reason for it. It's just different players that I liked and watched at the time. So I just basically, you know, got their cards. And you know, when you're a 10-year-old kid, you don't think about whether they're going to be in the Hall of Fame back then, or, you know, how famous they're going to be. You just liked them and you followed them, and so you collected their cards. So I got a lot of those from that year, and then on into the 73s again with some of these. And Thurman Munson I always liked because I was a catcher throughout high school and my college playing days, so I always liked catchers. My favorite was Ted Simmons, though. And then some Jacksons, Yastrzemskis, Fisks, but different stars and whatnot. And then for some reason I got out of the collecting, but then back into it briefly through the 80s, and I guess it was back when McGwire, Sosa were doing their home run battles. I got back into watching the game again and following some more of the players, and didn't collect too many of the cards, but I got a few. And then I had some of these what I thought were pretty cool, these cards that came in the cereal boxes, the 3D type cards. Some of the old players, they were in good condition still, so I kept them in this little binder here. Some more stars and that. And then finally back here I got some of the basketball players that I watched back in the day. And you know, you got the Oscar Robinson, Elgin Baylor, Lou Alcindor before he became Kareem, Jerry West, Pete Maravich. So I had some of those guys that I definitely enjoyed watching play them back in the day. And then finally got some more modern cards as well, but not too many basketball cards. But those basically were ones that I had kept and still kind of have in this box here, basically. And as you can see, I kind of separated them out a little bit, 74s and 75s. But the again, I got the football over here, and then I got back here some basketball ones, same stack. I got some basketball ones, and these are ones that I need to fill up the sets with and get them into binders as well. But then I got quite a few of the 72s, the 73 Topps football cards as well. But next, what I'm going to show you, these were cards, like I said, that I had from when I was a kid. The next group of cards I'm going to show you were basically ones that I bought at a Goodwill auction about back in October. So I'll get to those next. So in October of last year, I got back into collecting after looking through my old cards. And long story short, I bought a huge bunch of cards off of the Goodwill site. And in that first box that basically my wife bought actually, was this group of cards. Had the 87 Topps cards, which were all in pretty decent condition. That's basically all these cards that you see here were 87 Topps. But and as you know, I was probably looking for the Bonds rookie, but he wasn't in any of those. And then over on this side, there was the 89 Don Russ cards. And again, these cards are all in great condition, so they'd be good for set building, which I'm planning to send these to some folks that I know they're looking to build some of these sets. And if some of you guys out there are looking to build these sets, let me know. I can send you some of these cards. But those, again, you know, the good condition and whatnot. And then back here, basically from here on back, were some Score football cards and a lot of the modern era players, which I'm not real familiar with. But I was in this box, so I just basically organized them for just being in a football collection. And there was one good card that I found out of that Don Russ set. There was the Curt Schilling rookie. So, you know, there was a few things, and I only paid $14 for all these cards, so I felt like overall it was quite a good deal for getting these cards. And like I said, it's great for set building. This group of cards I bought that you can see here in the binder and the box below, as well as cards in the back there. These were all ones that I purchased recently on a Goodwill auction site. And I felt like I got a pretty good deal on the cards, and once I opened it up, I felt even better about it. One thing that came out of that site was this almost complete set of the 79s. And it even included the Ozzie Smith rookie, although they were off center, but it still had his rookie card in there, which I was surprised. As well as it's got the Dave Parker in there, a little bit off center. But those are cards that I'll try to get better quality ones of them as the budget allows, obviously. But as you can see, when I opened this box up with those cards in here, it had this complete set almost of all these, so I'm not missing too many of these 79s here. So that's what kind of excited me about collecting again, was going through this box of cards and finding all these cards in here, and bringing you back to your childhood. And that's what it's all about for me, is feel like you're collecting like a kid again. But anyways, this whole binder set, all these cards that are in this binder set came out of this box below. So after that, about 2 weeks later, actually on the same site, my wife and I again were looking at groups of cards, and this box of cards came up. And again, it was featured some more modern cards, some Upper Decks, some Bowmans, some Fleers, and cards and players that I'm not real familiar with. But what caught my eye in it was a few of the older cards that they had in there, and one in particular was this 1953 card, which I just like that set. I just like the artistry in it. And Les Peden, I talked about him a few videos back, but anyways, this was one of the cards that kind of caught my eye, and along with some other older cards that were mixed in with this overall set. They had some 73 cards, some 74s, some 89s. Now, not all these were in there, but these are ones that I added to what they had in the sets. But they had some of these newer Topps cards, which I thought were pretty nice. I've always liked this set pretty well too. But again, there were players that I didn't really know a whole lot about. But over to this side of it, basically it was kind of empty, so what I've done there is kind of filled up this side with some cards that again were in my childhood collection, which were these 3D cards. I've kind of put them in these top loaders and set them over here in this corner here so that they kind of stay flattened out, because the 3D cards, they tend to have that tendency to curve up on you. And then I had some card sleeves for some extra 79s and some extra 71s, and a couple little packets of 71s that were in there as well. So, and those were cards that were doubles in my 71 set. But along with that group of cards, they had complete sets of the 2000 Topps, the 90 Bowman, which was a neat set to open, and had some of the good rookie cards in there, of course. But I had those two sets were in there complete, as well as the 87 Fleer, and this was a complete set. So all these were basically in this set for Goodwill that I bought. So basically, as you can see, I almost doubled my initial collection from when I was a kid. And so to wrap things up here, sorry for the long video. Basically, what I have here from those sets that I had from when I was a kid, and from the ones that I bought at this Goodwill site, I started what I call my A to Z PC collection. And as you can see, the A's, I start here with Alomar, but I've actually got some Hank Aaron cards in here as well that I just haven't labeled yet. But some of the Hank Aaron cards that I had from when I was a kid, and then some of the newer cards that came from the Goodwill site. So that's basically how this PC set started. Is I basically went through both my old cards and these cards here. And as you can see, I just started putting in players, you know, Bonds, Brett, Carew, different players that, you know, I followed when I was a kid. Fisk, Griffey, Gwynn. And then you get over here, you got Mattingly, McGuire, Palmer, Ripken. Cal Ripken have a lot of those. Rivera, Nolan Ryans, Sandbergs, Schillings, Seaver, Tom Seaver. And then I get over here to some of the T's with Frank Thomas, Larry Walker, Dave Winfield, and then some Robin Yount. And then my only Z is this rookie card of Barry Zito. So basically it's, basically what I call my A to Z PC collection. And the only cards that I have that I ever got graded, which kind of started me on this whole journey back in October, because I found these cards, you know, were in pretty decent shape, were this Tom Seaver, the Carlton Fisk rookie, Nolan Ryan card that I had graded, and this is again from my collection as a kid, and then this Franco Harris, which I was a Steeler fan as well back then, and those are the only cards I've ever gotten graded out of all my cards. But anyways, that's just a quick journey through my cards, and as I said earlier, I don't really have a card room or card closet. I basically have the corner of a card closet, and some of these cards, some of these boxes are under beds and things like that, but I just want to give you guys a quick review of my collection. Small as it may be, it's enough for me and keeps me busy. And I appreciate you guys watching and sticking with this. And thanks, Eric, for your contest. And as I always end my videos, collect like you're a kid. Thanks for watching.